Robert Adams is mostly known for his photographs of the developed or developing American West. His work first came to light in the early 1970s through exhibitions like New Topographics, but he also became very well known for his writing and for his books. To date, I think he's published more than 60 monographs of his work, and the two latest monographs are actually quite unexpected. They feature not his photographs, but his works in wood. There are two books that we've printed this time. The first of which is called Boats, Books, Birds. The second of which is called The Plains from Memory. They both feature the works that Adams has made in his garage workshop. And it's an aspect of his work that is not at all well known. Robert Adams actually invited me in 2017 to visit him and document these works that he had made over the years, because he was in the process of packing them up and sending them to his archive at Yale. And so he really wanted a kind of documentation so that there was a chance of getting to understand their context within his life and within his larger body of work. And I think they also reflect a lifelong love that he's had working with his hands, working with natural materials. For instance, in the Boats, Books, Birds book, there is a section that just feature these objects that are in the form of books. The grain of the wood, very beautifully and very poetically, become metaphors for lines of text on a page. There's just something so fitting about these objects, especially in light of his love of books and his making of books. During the pandemic, in the year 2020, Adams, like everyone else, was trying to grapple with what he could do when the rest of the world seemed shut down. So over the next few months, he worked in the wood shop and used wood that he had on hand, and was looking through some recycled boards that he had there. He picked one of them up, and it suddenly struck him that there was a landscape just within the knots and the grain of the simple piece of wood. Somehow it triggered a visual response that spurred him to make more of these objects. I would describe the wood objects as a kind of respite from some of the more difficult subjects that Adams has tackled in his photographs. So, for instance, he worked on a project starting in the late 1990s called Turning Back, which centered on the industrial forestry in the Pacific Northwest. The objects in Boats, Books, and Birds celebrate the beauty of wood. There's a pleasure and a love that's poured into the making of these objects and their surfaces. They have his personality and his values in them. They're unassuming. They are occasionally whimsical, and they show a different side of his expression.